have to tell you, sometimes this is a major production. I have to try to figure out a way to block the sun so that you can see my eyes. My glasses reflect all the light. The book this week was Move Mindfully. At the beginning of this video, you saw that I put different videos up of what we discussed at the meeting. Once again, we didn't discuss the book. I don't know why we don't discuss the book. You know what, when you used to go to school, well, maybe some of you still go to school, but at least when I went to school, way back when, you would see what your next chapter was going to be in the book, and you think, oh, it's going to be so boring. I don't know that I really want to go. That doesn't seem like, but you knew you had to go to class. And a really good teacher would sometimes go off the path and talk about something that was a little bit more interesting. Not to say that they skipped that chapter altogether, but maybe they just felt that they had to ease you into that, and so they talked about something else that they thought was a little bit more interesting. And so that's what made the class great, and I think that's what makes this class great. Kim sometimes goes from the book. Kim is my leader. Sometimes she comes from the book, but for most part she doesn't. But I find her very interesting. I look forward to going. This week we were going to have Florine Mark's personal chef, Chef Isabel, there, and I really wasn't going to go. I was just going to get weighed and just leave. And I thought, no, I'll see how she, I'll see what she has to say. Oh my gosh, she was funny. She was interesting, and I liked it. She didn't cook. She didn't prep anything, but she did bring this, which you saw at the beginning of the video. I did a little video of this to show you that you can pause it or try to see it yourself. But she talked about it's all in the planning. I'll start off with my weight loss. I'm very happy to report that I did lose 1.2. So I have a total loss so far of 42.6. And what's even better is I met my personal 10-pound goal that I wanted to meet for the month of June. As you can see, I wrote it up on the top, is my 10-pound loss. And so I'm very happy and very proud of myself. It's been a very long journey, I will admit, but it's one I'm glad I took. I was doing some refreshing of my mind for my new members. I'm sorry if you've heard this before, but I don't know. It's just, I thought I'd share it again. My total loss for the year. I started Weight Watchers on December 31st, 2016. I had an 18-pound loss before that, that I had joined Weight Watchers a couple years ago. And when I joined, they said, no, we start from your beginning weight, your highest weight that you were. So so for the year, I've lost 64.4, which sounds so impressive, doesn't it? It really does. I'm thinking 64.4. No, I only actually show a loss of 42.6. And you notice I didn't say only. I have a loss of 42.6 because somewhere along in that time, I lived my life. I did eat what I wanted to eat. I did have some gains, and I didn't let it sidetrack me. During the year, I gained 21.8. So my total loss for the year is 42.6, which I'm very proud of. Even if you took off the 18 points that I start, well, 42.6 since I started Weight Watchers. Just this year alone, though, I've lost 24.6, which doesn't sound impressive, but I'm 66 years old. I'm going to be 67 in September. So that's what, 18 pounds, right? No, 24 pounds. What am I talking? 18 pounds, 24 pounds. So I've lost 24 pounds in 6 months, which is like a pound a week, which is like the ideal goal for somebody my age. And like I said, I had some gains along the way, but that's part of my life. I know that I'm not going to lose every single week, and I'm not going to get discouraged. I get right back on that horse right away, and so then I'm going to be doing well. So I go with, I've lost 42.6 pounds, and it's taken me a couple years to get to the 42.6, but just in 6 months I've lost over 24 pounds, and so I'm very proud of that fact. Enough about patting myself on the back. You notice my arm is almost broke. She can only do so. I have to start using my other arm to pat myself on the back. But so anyway, she talked about different things that you can do, and the first thing you want to do is plan. If you want to lose weight, you have to plan. You have to plan your food, you have to plan your menu, you have to plan your shopping, and you have to plan it for your week. Don't try to plan too far ahead. If you're a day-to-day planner, which is basically kind of like what I am, I have a general idea what I'm going to eat in a week, but I'm a day-to-day planner. She said try to plan 2 days. So plan your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner, what you're going to eat. And go and, if you're not a shopper, which I don't mind shopping, but have your list to get your staples that you know you're always going to have your you know what you're going to have for the week. So buy the food, go to the fruit market, go to a farmer's market. This time of year is like the best time to get the fresh fruit, and tackle one thing at a time. If you don't like to shop, figure, well, I'm just going to go to the grocery store and I'm just going to get my staples for the month. And then on the list that I gave you on here, there's a list of things that you want to have in your pantry, and you can shop that for the month. Those things last for a long time, you know, almost up to a year, so you should have no problems with that. Then on another day, figure you're going to go to the fruit market or a farmer's market and get all your fruit and vegetables. And then pick a day of the week that you're going to prep them for the whole week. You know, it doesn't have to be like Sundays you're going to prep for that week. If maybe your payday's on a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and that's when you shop, that's when your week starts. I've always thought that a diet started on a Monday. My new way of thinking is, it's not a diet, it's the way I'm going to live. And if I've gone off my eating program one day, then tomorrow I'm right back at it. And it's not a diet, it's just my way of life. This is the way I have to live. And who'd have ever thought that I would be the one that would say, you know what, fruits and vegetables are your friend. I love fruits, I love vegetables, but I love pastries, I love chips, I love dip, I love pop, you know, I love all the things. And with Weight Watchers, you can have all of that stuff. You can have it within limits, and you can plan that. You know, like if you have a birthday, you can have that slice of cake. If you feel like one day you want potato chips, you can have those potato chips. You just got to figure it into your points and make adjustments. Just don't go crazy. Don't eat your normal 3 meals and then think, well, I'm going to have all these extra snacks too. No, and you can't do this on a daily basis. You can't think, well, I'm going to substitute a cupcake for like 2 apples. You can't do that. Well, apples are 0 points, so that's a bad example. But well, you know what I'm getting at. So you just have to make adjustments and just know that this is what you're going to do. Try to buddy up with a friend. Christy and I have a little competition. Christy's my daughter, and we always try to outdo each other. She beat me this week. She lost 2.9, and she's on vacation, and her husband's on vacation too. So that makes it even harder to stay on plan, and she stayed on plan and she lost 2.9. So I'm really proud of her. I did lose 1.2, which brought me to my 10-pound goal, so I was happy with that. And like I said, I'm going to be 67, so a pound a week for me is doing really well. Keep your prep time separate. Don't try to prep at the same time that you're making your meal. If you get all your stuff and you prep them for the week, you know, which I do. When I get my fruits and vegetables, as soon as I get them, I clean them. I don't put them in portion sizes, which is probably my next step to do. But I get them all clean so that when I want to go in there, and let's say if I want a carrot or something, well, I don't know, I got to wash it, I got to dry it. No, it's already clean. It's already ready. It's in a little bowl. It's in its own little separate thing, and you just go to it when you want it. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I take up a lot of space in the refrigerator as it is, but you know, because Jim is very predictable. Jim just eats lunch meat and eggs and English muffins and bread. Jim is not a healthy eater at all. I've tried my best, but you know, we're going to be married next week, 46 years, and I've tried. When my kids were born, the first thing they learned to eat was a vegetable and a fruit, and my kids love fruits and vegetables, and so as long as Jim had his meat and potatoes on his plate, he didn't care. My kids had meat and potatoes, and then they had at least 2 or 3 vegetables to choose from. Have fun with your food. I am so guilty of this. I'm so predictable in everything I eat. I eat the same breakfast. I basically eat the same dinners. I very rarely eat lunch. But so far I'm not sick of it. You know, I never got sick of Taco Bell. I never got sick of Burger King or McDonald's or Wendy's. And so, you know, really I probably did, but I didn't really acknowledge it. But so far I'm not getting bored with my food. And also to think outside the box and to think seasonal. What she means by that is, like right now, like one of her lunch ideas was soups and stews. Now who's going to think they want to eat a hot soup or stew right about now? That is like ridiculous. But if you think about it, what do you have in soups and stews? You have vegetables. And when do you get fresh vegetables? In the summer. So what she suggested is to make up your soups and stews maybe like in August, when like when all the vegetables and fruits are really coming in. Or even now, you can have it occasionally. Every once in a while, you are going to get that cool evening. Not if you're like Gina Pearson and it's 111 in California. You're not going to say, oh, I think I'd like a hot bowl of soup. You're not going to say that. But like today, it's kind of cool today. It's supposed to only be in the 70s. Not that that's like perfect soup weather, but I could have a bowl of soup. You're going to have a hot meal anyhow. What difference does it make if it's a hot hamburger or if it's a hot bowl of soup? And it's going to taste better because it's made with the fresher ingredients. And think of a better names. I guess like Ratatouille, is that the name of the cartoon with the little rat? Is the name of a stew. It's a French stew, and it's just with eggplant and zucchini. But ratatouille, is that the right way to say it? But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. It sounds so much more impressive than saying, well, I'm going to have a bowl of eggplant and zucchini soup. Like, no, you're not going to want that. Pasta visual. That sounds so much better than just like a bean soup. Try to do a different language soup, and then it just sounds better. I don't know. It just sounds better. But she just said, that's basically what she said. And like I said, we didn't do the book, and it's about move mindfully. And it just basically is telling you that you have to look at all your surroundings around you, and you have to look in awe at things. And when you're moving, think about when you're moving. Don't just I don't really think about that I weeble like a wobble. I wobble like a weeble rather when I walk. It's not until I do like when I do my daily vlog, if I start talking on the phone as I'm walking. I walk side to side. And that's from years and years of having bad knees. And when I first got my knees replaced, when I went for my therapy, they taught me the right way to walk. And I would know heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. And I would walk that way. And then as soon as my therapy was over, I went back to my old way of walking, which is back and forth because it was easier on my knees. I'm a creature of habit. I'm afraid, and it's just I'm not gonna change. I'm changing my eating habits, so that's a good step in the right direction. But that's the other page, is to take an awesome walk. And it tells you to leave your device behind. Well, I listen to music on my device, and so I can't leave my device behind. And I have 1,000,001 phobias, and if I don't have my phone that I could call somebody if I have a panic attack, I would have a panic attack not having my phone. So I bring my phone with me. But an unhelpful thought is, it's a hassle to go somewhere new. I like taking the same route and seeing familiar sights. And a helpful thought is, going on the same walk all the time is comforting, but try something different that can open up your mind to new, awesome, inspiring experiences that I might not actually notice on my usual route. I can't do that. I have panic attacks to this day, and I'm comfortable with my surroundings, and so that's what I'm going to do. Oh, I forgot to show you the menu. The menu thing is blueberry lemon sorbet with thyme. All of the ingredients that I do not like, but maybe you might like it. So that's the program for this week. So I hope you like this video. Subscribe if you think it'll help to follow me. I'm kind of a wackadoodle, as I like to say, but I'm on this for life, and I'm doing well. And there's my book, and here's my other book. I keep all my books because I like to put my progress each month and how I did to kind of keep me in line. So like this video, subscribe, comment, and share it with someone if you think it'll help. I love your comments. If you have any questions for me that you want me to answer, I don't care. I don't have an edit button. Just let me know. So I'll see you guys next week.